Austen has the most punchable face of the time. That's kind of more when the disgust started to happen on my thoughts. Like I said, I mean, what a great time to have a reunion.
So, okay, we have to get into everything. I'm so obsessed with the hair. For people that are only listening,
yes.
We have the exclusive on Madison's hair.
Well, let's say I'm looking like I'm ready to like make a pot roast, or like do some domesticated things. I'm like, this hair is given everything.
You're in
Sierra
your housewife era.
running in the background.
Who is it? Brett?
Sierra, summer
Oh,
house.
Sierra. Oh my God.
Wait, I
Hey.
love that you guys, why are you guys together? I love this.
No,
It's a crossover.
Yeah. I'm like, don't tell Paige. No.
Oh my gosh, Paige. I
Oh,
love,
we're gonna talk about
we're gonna
that.
get
We
all
love your
into
friendship
that.
with her.
But really fast, you keep bringing like your housewife era, and you are in your housewife era this season. It's a whole different side of Madison that we're seeing. Are you enjoying this side of you?
I like low key have always wanted this, believe it or not. Like I've always wanted it, but to actually have someone who appreciates it but also helps at the same time is like making things, so amazing. But I mean, Hudson and I had like jumped around to like apartments to apartments, and we finally like have this home, and it really does make like the cooking enjoyable, whether I burn it or not. Like I'm just having like just the best time of like, yeah, I'm in my housewife era, and even though I still work, I'm still a housewife.
You guys are so cute. Like your dynamic is so adorable. And I love how he is with Hudson. When he came home, the scene of when Hudson came home and was being bullied, and you got upset, as most moms do, of course. What was that moment like for you and watching back?
Well, I'm going to be completely honest with you. No one ever like prepares you for like, when your child is going to get bullied and like how that's for you. And I'm not saying that, Hudson was bullied, but clearly he was hurt. And many people know that I'm not a crier. Like you've probably never seen me cry on camera, especially. But I'm going to tell you right now, I was bawling, crying, not only for him, but because of how much anger I had and how mad I was. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I've got to stay strong for my son. So that was something that, yeah, that was intense.
How was it watching back for you? I would imagine all those feelings kind of came right back up, right?
Well, it was funny because there's like a whole like part. We could have made a whole season out of that one day. I'll go ahead and tell you that, because there's a whole other part that everyone didn't get to see, and that was me like trying to get to the bottom of like what
happened.
I feel like we should see that. They should.
Yeah, because I was very confused. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So pretty much, all the kids these days play manhunt, and it's just like hide and go seek. And
I used to play it. Yeah.
Younger kid kind of got left out of the fort, got angry about it. He was 2 years younger than Hudson, and they started wrestling and fighting, and he just latched on to Hudson's arm and bit him and like wouldn't let go. And and he is the opposite of me. He is like the sweetest, kindest. I couldn't make him mean anybody if he ever tried. And I like, so
he's the opposite.
Yeah, just didn't know what to do. And I also had to have that talk with him too. I said, and now that I know you're better, you better not ever come home with your ass beat again, or you're going to be in big trouble.
Mama's like, you better stand up for yourself.
We had to do it. So yeah,
that was the way Brett supported you was really sweet and nice
very
to see, and supported Hudson.
Something that really caught my attention with him, and why I love him so much, is you could see how Brett, and he's not used to cameras, he's not interested in it. Like he showed support with me, but he blocked Hudson from how upset he was, and like kind of blocked that view for where cameras couldn't really just zoom in on his face and things like that. And like he was protecting him as much as we could, because clearly we didn't. And that was just, the most raw experience I've ever experienced on TV.
You are right. You can tell that he's like kind of disconnected from it all. When you guys had that party, I felt like he was scared when all the drama started.
Well, he also, I'm his wife, so I think he's like, oh shit.
You were chill. You were so chill about it. You were like not pressed.
We were in like my friend's home, and
right.
My friends that threw this party, and like the last thing I was going to do was make them think that all went to waste because of some chick that brought a gift that was inappropriate.
Right. Right.
It didn't really bother me. That's kind of more when the disgust started to happen on my thoughts of her. And then I kind of started to realize, well, wait, maybe this isn't that person that has been pushed down my throat for so long.
I don't see you two gelling. I really don't. When I see the different personalities, I don't see you gelling.
I really tried. And when I just say, it's just like, she's nice. She never really left a hard stamp of approval or disapproval to me, at least. But then to just kind of see it be completely opposite than what I've been told was kind of where I'm just almost pros and cons. Like I'm gonna let you know before you even get started with me. And then I guess with that, she's just not intuitive.
My thing too, as a fan watching this, the guys were so hard on you when you made a wrong move, right? And then now you have Taylor, and it's like they're kind of giving her some slack, and it's like, what is this double standard?
I wish I could answer that question, and I have the answer. I'm saving it for the reunion.
Stop.
It's good because it's something that I've been and it's very obvious with all of the guys, really. So.
Oh my gosh, I really want to know that.
You guys get a part 1, 2, and 3. So if I say too much.
But are you, like, as a fan, I am kind of over this whole Olivia Taylor thing. I kind of feel like it's like, I'm over it. I don't care anymore. Their communication is like, it's not clear. What is your take on this? Are you kind of like, let's move on with the season here?
Oh, for sure. Like, honestly, after you knew I was over it when I was at that dinner party. And that was because I was like, I am about to combust. I am like, I've got to just get this off of my chest. This is what I'm feeling. This girl's not going to say anything. She's actually going through some real life crap right now. And then also that we're just going to let this one slide on by. And I just was like, I've had enough. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Unfortunately, you see how that's going.
We're still talking about it. We're
still talking about it.
I'm just glad it's not me, but at the same time, I don't want to say I'm the voice of reason, but somebody's got to hold somebody accountable. And you want to join this group of friends, then guess what? I mean, they're calling you out for anything and everything.
What is your take on Austen's involvement in all of this? Because sometimes I just want to slap him upside the head.
I want to slap Austen all the time. I like him, but I want him, like, what is going on?
Austen has the most punchable face of all time. And that's just the only way I can really describe it. And I've probably said this to his face. I don't expect anything less from him. I do think in a way he's almost similar to Shep in that way, where he's like, look, this is the kind of guy I am. This is what I'm going to offer you. It's not going to be this husband material. So take it for what it's worth. So I can't really even be mad at him for, any of that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's been the same shit forever.
We love you and Paige's dynamic, and I know Sierra is there, which I love. Her and Craig really kind of opens up. He's kind of like, this last episode, he says, shit or get off the pot. So what do you think it is with these two? Everyone's like, are they gonna, and then Paige kind of teased us and was like, we were gonna get married in Vegas. What do you think it is? Like, is it gonna happen?
You know, my favorite thing about Paige is the fact that she's just so career driven that like, I think that Craig is obviously, I feel like even like Naomie, she's very career driven as well. Like he's attracted to those type of women, but like Paige is New York driven. You know what I mean? Like she is fast paced. She is doing her thing. She's going to do it whether he's involved or not. And I think it's almost like he's kind of just poking fun at her. I think it'll eventually happen, but they're both just like knocking it out and, you know, being successful. So I don't know if she has time to get married, but I would love to have her in Charleston full time.
I know. I love the dynamic between the two of you. Like you guys are becoming friends. It's fun to see. I like her on Southern Charm. I think it's fun.
Are you kidding me? I have been begging for someone with this kind of like personality since I got onto the show. I mean, I have Patricia, but then, you know, Patricia comes to every single event. So I'm like, is somebody like watching? So with Paige's eye rolls are enough for me. So I'm happy she's on, honestly.
Emily and I were saying this before we jumped on this Zoom. You're bringing it. Some of the guys are bringing it. We're over the Taylor Olivia of it all. But I'm not loving the whole entire cast. I don't know if you feel the same.
We feel like there could be a shakeup is what we're saying.
Yes.
Submit them. I mean, and I'm happy to put in a word. Like, you know, there is I'm always like, I mean, even when they're like, oh, how do I get on the show or anything like this? And I'm like, whoa, what's your name and your number? I mean, yes, I need somebody with personality and like, you know.
Emily, maybe you should move down to Charleston.
I'm like Paige. I'm New York. Like I work a lot. Madison and I would get along really well, but honestly, we'd probably like get arrested or something. Like, I don't know.
Like running around calling me like the Southern Mafia. And I'm like, pretty much. You'll be attacked by all the male cast, but you know.
Oh my God.
I have to be honest, I don't want to sleep with any of these men.
And that right there is how you become the villain, okay? You say no, and you're like, wait, what? What's her problem?
I don't want to sleep. Maybe, I mean, Rod is nice.
Rod is cute.
But I wouldn't sleep with him, but he's nice. I'd be friends with him.
He honestly is like, he's almost like too nice to be on there.
I agree. The whole him and Olivia thing, it's like, it's so obvious she does not care about him at all. And then he's just so into it.
Did y'all see the panel where we at BravoCon? And we were like, pretty much he's like, oh, by the way, that wasn't our first kiss. And I'm like, bullshit, it looked exactly like your first kiss. And then she goes, well, maybe we can try it again, Rod. And Rod goes, no thanks. Like to Olivia, I was like, okay, maybe.
Now he might have something there. She might be coming back now.
Ooh. I think we need to give him another shot.
Wait, speaking though of Vegas and BravoCon, I feel like there was some trouble. People got into some trouble that weekend. Maybe the guys, I don't know. Is there anything you can tell us?
Wait, Shep and Gigi, right? People were shipping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did that happen?
It seems harder than that, but I wasn't gonna chime in on that because I was like, you know, it's Vegas. People are gonna make mistakes, and if that's your mistake, whew. Anyways, but yes, definitely, I think people got in trouble. I didn't even get drunk and even go out really like at all, so I didn't know too much, but I definitely have a lot of people reporting back. And yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, I mean, what a great time to have a reunion.
Wait, Madison, can you give us one thing, like one little thing that honestly that you can tell us, and that will spark even more stuff at the reunion, right? You know.
No. so many. Y'all want me to continue to be the narrator? I gotta my little
you gotta do your job.
Yeah. Okay, I respect it.
Was there anyone that you bumped into that you were surprised that was friendly, or surprised that they weren't friendly?
Oh yeah. One thing I don't like is like when people know you and you've met and they've even had you to lunch, like Sutton, and then pretends, they don't even know who you are when you're in the room. So that kind of stuff, I was like, oh, okay.
I feel like Sutton's the kind of person you have to be the one to go up to, right? Like she's like kind of like awkward like that.
Yeah, well, I will turn that around on her. And so she can, if she's calling me for meetings, then she can come up and say hello to me. So it's fine.
The Southern Belles clashed.
Yeah, the two Southern Belles. Because you had Crystal saying, I think in a recent interview, that some of the Roni ladies were rude. And then Olivia said that Crystal was rude. And I was like, oh my God, all the drama.
I remember that.
Well, before we let you go, we want to play a really fast game of set the record straight. Okay. So set the record straight. You've always been open about like getting plastic surgery and all of that stuff. So what have you had done?
Okay. So I have had a lift with a small implant, like 275 cc's, like if you want to get serious. I had a tummy tuck due to having a 10-pound 9-ounce child. Also, let me go back to when I did all this, I was smaller than I was right now. So I just had that little bit of skin removed where my belly button it wasn't like snatching back. I'm going to regret that when I have more kids, but I didn't think I was going to do that. Obviously, I have done filler, lips, and Botox.
The record straight. A-Rod did slide into those DMs and you said, no, thank you, sir.
Yes and no. Slid in for sure. I do have receipts for that. So I think that's silly. He always tries to say I don't. But yeah, I thought it was like a prank call. And then, it wasn't. So